This is 3 News Daily.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to 3 News Daily on this Wednesday, December 14th. I'm Stephanie Haney, and we start today with sad news to let you know that Stephen Boss, known as tWitch, known well for his longtime job as DJing for the Ellen DeGeneres Show, has died. He was 40 years old. His wife, Allison Holker Boss, posted online, "Stephen, we love you, we miss you, and I will always save the last dance for you." And his dancing got him a lot of attention. I can tell you personally, it brought me a lot of joy to see him and his family dancing in my feed, particularly over the pandemic. And when he was named executive producer on the Ellen Show, I was so happy to see someone who brought so much light get the recognition that he deserved. And, you know, I didn't know him personally, but I think a lot of people really felt like they did, and that includes me for sure. My heart breaks for his family and for their loss. And we've also learned that TMZ is reporting that tWitch died by suicide. He was found inside of a Los Angeles hotel room. If you or someone you know might be struggling with suicidal thoughts, you can call or text the U.S. National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 988. That's any time of day or night. And you can also chat online at 988lifeline.org. And now we also know the family of sports journalist Grant Wahl is revealing the cause of death, stating, quote, "There was nothing nefarious about his death." We do know that Wahl died from an aneurysm in his heart that ruptured while covering the World Cup in Qatar. The autopsy was conducted by the New York City Medical Examiner's Office, and his family wrote that his death was unrelated to COVID or vaccination status, and no foul play was expected. Today, also, it's been 10 years since the tragic deadly shooting of 26 people at Sandy Hook Elementary in Newtown, Connecticut. And as the community remembers today, schools are closed and flags are flying at half-staff. Now, there won't be an official town or family ceremony to mark the day. That keeps with the town's tradition of quiet reflection on this day. But recently, the town did celebrate the opening of the Catherine Violet Hubbard Animal Sanctuary. That's named after 6-year-old Catherine, who was one of 20 6 and 7-year-old children who were killed. Catherine loved animals and had a passion for working with them. She had hoped to do that one day. The website for the organization says that by honoring the bond between animals, humans, and the environment, we're creating a kinder and gentler world for all. Catherine's mom spoke about the work with NBC.
The 10 years that I've just lived is longer than Catherine was alive. Each season that we mark another year passing comes with all different sorts of emotions.
I cannot even imagine. Now, there is also a new memorial in Newtown, Connecticut to remember those lost on December 14th, 2012. It's a $3.4 million memorial, and it's just a short distance from the rebuilt Sandy Hook Elementary School. And today, Ohio Governor Mike DeWine has announced that more than $4 million will go towards helping reduce violence against women in Ohio, and some of that money will be used right here in Cuyahoga County. The Ohio Alliance to End Sexual Violence, the Cleveland Rape Crisis Center, and Ohio Guidestone will all get part of that money. It's coming from the National Violence Against Women Act program, which was reauthorized this year. The program helps local governments and nonprofits provide resources for victims of domestic violence, dating violence, sexual assault, and stalking. And right now, animal advocates are pushing for Senate Bill 164 to be passed by the Ohio House. The bill would make harming an animal a more serious offense. And as Bree Buckley explains, this could be a step towards protecting everyone in the community.
The legislature, if they pass this, will be acknowledging the really critical link between violence and cruelty towards animals and violence towards humans.
Senate Bill 164 is scheduled for a vote in the Ohio House. The legislation would enhance Goddard's law that was passed in 2016, classifying serious physical harm of a pet as a 5th-degree felony. Sharon Harvey with the Cleveland Animal Protective League says the new language would make that crime an act of violence with a more severe penalty.
What that does in turn is allow the courts to have discretion with sentencing, prison time, rather than diverting people to other community-type control programs. But in my opinion, most importantly, it makes the record not expungible or not sealable.
She says it's a problem they're still seeing in Cleveland, with the APL's humane law enforcement team busy each day, mostly with neglect cases, but with a fair amount of animal cruelty cases as well.
When people commit crimes like this, it is an indication that they might escalate in the future and commit violent acts against people.
Senate Bill 164 would also ban animal shelters from using gas chambers to euthanize pets, though Harvey says she doesn't believe many shelters still do.
Animals, they're living beings, and how we treat, life and other living beings really reflects our compassion and our humanity as a society.
And that vote could happen as early as this afternoon, and if it passes, it'll head to the governor's desk to be signed into law. Animal advocates are urging people to call their representatives to get that bill passed. And while we're talking about keeping our animals safe, the Cleveland Kennel on Detroit Avenue is asking for help. The kennel is at full capacity right now, and they're looking for families to adopt animals. To help with that, right now adoption fees are only $21, and that includes the first round of shots, spaying or neutering, and microchipping. And they're offering information on how to foster animals as well. So if you're interested, we do have that information over at WKYC.com. Now listen to this. For the first time since 1850, the Cleveland Metro Parks are reporting bobcat sightings in Cuyahoga County. We have just some photos of bobcats to show you so you get an idea of what we're working with here. The Metro Parks say a sighting is very rare, and bobcats are extremely elusive animals that avoid humans. Now, to go all those years without seeing one, we didn't just see one this year. There was a sighting in July, and then, of course, the sighting that was in October. Pretty incredible. We do have some pretty incredible wildlife here in our area. Okay, baseball fans, I'm talking to you now because the Cleveland Guardians have announced that tickets for spring training go on sale tomorrow. You can grab single game tickets online, and the first game in Goodyear, Arizona will be against the Cincinnati Reds, keeping it in Ohio, but in Arizona. And the Guardians can also help you with your travel plans. You can call the number 1-855-298-5444 if you're interested in behind-the-scenes fan experience travel packages. That could be fun. Now, back here at home, this weekend, thousands of people will be dressed in their most festive outfits, running around for a great cause. On Saturday, the Akron-Canton Regional Food Bank is hosting their 10th annual Selfless Elf 5K. This is an event for the whole family. There, of course, will be festive holiday outfits, carolers, and an awards ceremony after the race. But you don't have to race at all. You can run or walk if you want to. And if you're not registered in advance, you can do it there between 6:30 and 7 in the morning, bright and early. The 5K kicks off at 8 a.m. And now for our question of the day. Since Al Roker hasn't returned to Studio 1A yet, the whole Today Show gang gathered together in front of his home to literally sing his praises. So we want to know, what would you like to say to Al Roker as he recovers? Post your comment on the WKYC Facebook page and we'll talk about it during What's New at 4 o'clock. You know, Al Roker was in the hospital for 4 weeks and he was on the Today Show earlier this week. He seemed in great spirits. He said he'd made dinner. Of course, he always seems like he's having enough time. He said today, posted online, that words could not express how much he loved his Today Show family for showing up, doing a little caroling, and appropriately singing a special version of I'll Be Home for Christmas. Wonderful that he is home and recuperating at the holiday season. Thanks for being with us today on 3 News Daily for your top Northeast Ohio stories. We'll see you back here tomorrow with more.